Hello and welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's been a long time since I've filmed. So yeah, that was a thing. I took a brief hiatus for like 3 weeks, but now I'm back and I'm gonna try to keep uploading consistent again. So, I have a new series for you. I did a declutter of my makeup and I just wanted to give some preferences before we start it. So, I declutter fairly frequently, so this isn't a huge declutter because I only decluttered in like November. I'm filming this in January. So you're not going to see me get rid of a lot of products. I also don't throw everything away or give it away immediately. With a declutter, it goes into a box, usually a FabFitFun box, and sits for usually 3 to 6 months. And then I go through it again, and once I've gone through it again and I'm sure that I want to get rid of everything in this box, I bring it to a party and offer it up to my girlfriends. And some of it, like sometimes all of it goes, sometimes not all of it goes, but anything that's left I just throw out because it's at that point probably pretty old. So this is the declutter. The first video is going to be, what did I film first? I think I filmed face products first, then eye products, then lip products, then palettes. So that's probably the order you're going to see them in. I'm just going to pop this intro in front of all of them, so you're probably going to get sick of seeing this face. But yeah, here is the declutter series. Okay, so we're starting this video off with the face drawer, and I'm just gonna get started. So the first thing I'm seeing is my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I will not be getting rid of. And then I have my Sephora Hydrate and Boost Setting Spray, which again, it's almost gone. It's at about here. So I'm not going to get rid of it, but I do want it out of my collection by the end of 2019. So I'm going to pan it, or try to pan it. Next setting spray, I have the Essence Glow to Go, which I'm going to be getting rid of. I find it stings my face and I don't like the look it gives to my skin. Foundations, this is the Maybelline Color Stay in the shade 102. This is slightly too light for me, so I'm going to use it up over the try to use it up over the winter, but if there's still some left of the winter, I'm going to declutter it. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in shade 110. It is pretty much gone. There's maybe 2 uses left on it, so I'm just going to finish it up. And this is the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse in shade 1 Light, which I am going to keep because this is my current favorite foundation. I also have the LA Girl Pro Coverage White Foundation, which I am going to hang on to, but it's not going into my drawer. It's going into a secondary collection because I only use it for theatrical looks. This is the Body Shop Lightning Drops, which I am going to hang on to because throughout the winter they do become in handy. Oh, I have another setting spray here. This is the Smashbox Primer Water, which again is almost gone, so I'm going to keep it in my collection until it's done. I'm going to pan it, and I will repurchase it once I finish a few other setting sprays. Powders, I have the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Powder. This is in shade 100 Translucent. I will keep it in my collection. I really like it, and I've got a lot of pan, so I'm just going to finish up using it up. And then this is the Maybelline Fit Me, not Matte and Poreless, the other one, in shade 100. I purchased the wrong one. This is the Set and Smooth, not the Matte and Poreless. and I got the wrong shade, so I'm actually going to give this to my mom because I think she'll get more use out of it. What else do I want? This is the e.l.f. color correcting kit, and I'm going to hang on to this. It's the only color corrector I have. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm standing in front of my light. You guys can't see anything. The Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, which I will be keeping because I like this primer. Other primers, I'm just going to try to grab all the primers to talk about them at once. This is the Becca something primer. I haven't even tried this. I'm going to pass it along because I have squirted out a little bit and I didn't like how it felt. This is the Professional. I'm going to hang on to this. I like this primer. Do I have any more primers here? Yes. This is the Smashbox Primatizer. It's just a little mini. I'm going to try to pan it this year. Okay. What's this? This is the Glam Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. I treat this like a CC cream or a BB cream, and I use it a lot in the summer, so I'm going to hang on to it. Next, I've got the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I like this. I'm going to hang on to it. I've got the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. This is almost done, so I am going to keep it to try and finish it, but I won't be repurchasing it once it's done because I no longer support Kat Von D. I've also got the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is just a mini, and I have not yet tried it, so I'm going to hang on to it to at least give it a shot. I just haven't been wearing heavy makeup recently, so there hasn't been a need time to try it. This is the Wander Beauty Lotion Illuminizer. I'm actually going to pass this on. I didn't like it. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I'm going to pass this on, see if my mom wants it or something, because it doesn't suit me shade-wise. This is the Revolution Powder in Ghost, and I am going to hang on to it. I like it for baking my under eyes. This is the Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics powder. I only got it like 2 weeks ago and I haven't had a chance to try it yet, so I am going to hang on to it just to see if I like it. What's next? What do I want to talk about next? Let's do... okay, so these guys, this is the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. I have one with a lot of pan and one that's brand new. I'm going to be keeping them both because the brand new one is the backup to the one that's got a lot of pan, and I use this every day I do makeup. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow Mini. I'm going to keep it. It's one of the only brow products I have. This is Maybelline Great Lash in Clear. I use it as a brow setter, so I'm going to keep it because, again, it's the only clear brow setter I have. And then there was something I want to talk about, but now I don't see it. So did I put it in a different drawer? It'll pop up. This is another brow product. I got it in a subscription box, I think BoxyCharm, but I don't think it's going to suit me, just the color. So I'm going to pass it on to my mom. It's got like a brush on one end and then the product on the other but it looks light for me, and I think it would suit my mom a lot better. This is the Smashbox Blush Trio. Looks like this. And I'm actually going to be passing this on because I feel like I have a lot of these colors. Alright. Let's tackle highlighters. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Pearl. However, I also have the Maybelline Holographic Master Chrome Highlighter, and I'll just swatch them both. Oh no! Oh wow, okay, you guys didn't see that, but the butter highlighter just crumbled all over my floor. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, don't zoom in. Let me see if I can show you this. So I went to go open it up, and yeah, that's highlighter all over my floor. So I'm going to clean that up, and what I was actually going to say was I don't think I'm going to keep the butter highlighter because I don't like the smell of it, and the Master Chrome is similar. But if it's going to crumble all over my floor, then of course I'm not going to keep it. I'll be right back. I'm not going to be repurchasing it because I have the Maybelline Master Chrome Holographic, which I feel like has the same look on the skin, and I don't like the smell of the butter products. Alright, next highlighter. I have the Revolution, I'm standing in front of my light again. I have the Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Radiant Light. I will be hanging on to it. It's really the only light pinkish highlighter that I have, I think. Next highlighter, this is actually no, that's a bronzer, never mind. Next highlighter, this is the Becca highlighter. In the shade Lilac Geode. This really looks more like a blush on me, and I will be hanging on to it because Becca is quite expensive and I only got it recently. I also have the Becca highlighter in Prismatic Amethyst, which is one of my favorites, so I will be hanging on to. Next we have the Kat Von D eyeshadow in Thunderstruck. However, I do use it as a highlighter. I would like to pan this. However, once it is gone, I will not be repurchasing it because I do not support Kat Von D. Highlighter. I think this is a highlighter. Is this counted as a highlighter? Yeah, this is counted as a highlighter. It's the Smashbox and Vlada highlighter. I have it both in the shade Rosemantic and in the shade Prismatic Petal. I will not be getting rid of either of them. They're both fairly new and I use them frequently and were very expensive. And I also have the Revolution highlighter in Unicorn Elixir. It's a liquid highlighter. I will be keeping this temporarily. I would like the Cover FX one, but until I get that one, I'm just going to keep this one, and I may not even buy the Cover FX one, because when I'm thinking about this, I'm not sure if I've ever used it. So I'm going to keep it around for a little bit longer, but if I haven't used it by my next declutter, I will be getting rid of it. And then I've got the Thrive Cosmetics stick highlighter. It came in a FabFitFun. I don't like this. I will be passing it along. I've got the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've used it, and I don't think I will. This isn't a color that tends to look good on my skin when I swatched it. And then last highlighter is the Revolution Triple Baked Rainbow Highlighter, which I will be keeping because I think it's very beautiful on my skin. Alright, let's go on to bronzers because I don't have very many of them. So I've got the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. And even though I don't like the smell of the butter products, I will hang on to this because I'm pretty sure this is the only bronzer I will be hanging on to. This is the Becca bronzer. It's a mini in Bronze Bondi. I've never even touched it, and it's too dark for me, so I will not be keeping it. This is another Becca bronzer in the shade Bronze Amber. Again, it's way too dark and way too warm for me, so I will not be keeping it. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. And I do not like how this bronzer looks on my skin, so I will not be keeping it. And finally, we've got the Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer in Rock On World, which, again, is way too dark for me. I don't know why I bought this, so I will not be keeping it. Alright, on to blushes. Oh, hit my camera. So I've got the Dandelion blush by Benefit, I believe. I will be passing this along. I find it doesn't show up well on my skin. It's way too light. I've got the two of the butter blushes. I've got the shade Rosy Pink and Vintage Rose. I will be keeping Vintage Rose, but I'll be passing along Rosy Pink because I don't think it looks good on my skin, and I'll be keeping something else in its place that I already know. This is the California Box Blush from Benefit. I bought this while we were in Montreal, so this really sucks, but I will not be keeping it. I find I can't get any pigment off of it, and I don't even see it on my skin when I try to put it on, so I will be passing this along. Next, I have the Laura Geller Baked Blush in Tropic Hues. And I will be keeping this blush. Next, I have the Revolution Blush in Dragon's Heart. This is more of like a blush highlighter, and I will be keeping it. I only purchased it recently. Next, I've got the Tarte Blush in Party, whatever. This was a birthday gift, and I will be keeping it because it's one of my favorite blushes. Next, I've got the Tarte Blush in Quirky. And I'm actually going to be passing this along because I am, when you see my palette video, which I'll post in the next few days, I have a Tarte Blush palette, which I'm pretty sure Quirky is in. And then next I have the Tarte Blush in Harmony. which I think Harmony is very close to Party, which I kept, so I won't be keeping Harmony. Next, I've got the Hourglass blush in Diffused Heat. And I will be keeping this. This is one of my current favorites. Next, I've got a blush in Space Case by Space Case in the shade Cosmic Gangster, sorry. And I haven't really had a chance to try this. I think I've only used it once, so I will be keeping it for now. And the last blush is a Morphe blush in the shade. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like and a comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!